Hello and welcome to Lesson 6 of the Grade 2 Theory Tutor Book. In this lesson, the teaching aims are to learn about the minor scales, to learn about relative minor and major scales, and to learn about the tonic triads that go with these. So first of all, we'll have a talk about the minor scale. Now what you've got to remember is that there are three kinds of minor scale, and we will talk quite a bit about these minor scales in a lot more depth as this chapter goes on. Okay. So in music theory, a minor scale is a scale that features a minor third. The third note is flattened. So compared to the major scale, which has the third note sharpened, by flattening the third note, the minor scale sounds sad. The other notes will generally change depending what type of scale you write. So the golden rule to remember is that every minor scale has a relative major scale and therefore will share the same key signature. So when we're talking about relatives, we're talking about, as an example, the C major and the A minor scale. So to find the relative minor scale from the major scale, you count up 6 notes in the scale, or 3 notes down if you prefer. So if you count 6 notes up from the C major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you end on the A. So the relative minor to C major is A minor. And here it is written there. Now by doing that, you have now found what's called your A natural minor scale, and it just follows all the notes that are within the C major scale. So if you look very closely, you will see that the third note is flattened in the minor scale. So if you look here, you see you've got B to C, and that's only a semitone. Now if you look at the C major scale, the D to E is a tone. So you can see the difference between the two, and that's what makes the minor scale sound sad, the fact that you've got this flattened third. This is what this page is explaining here. Then it says, now find the relative minor scales for the following major scales. The first one has been done for you. So there we are, the first one we've just talked about. You count up 6. So the relative minor to C major is A minor. Then you do the same for the next 2 scales. Now, when you look at major scales, there's only one scale pattern to remember. Now with minor scales, there are 3. We've already just talked about the natural minor scale, and now we're going to have a look at the next kind of minor scale that you have, called the harmonic minor scale. So the harmonic minor scale differs from the natural minor scale because it also has a raised 7th in, which looks like this. So there's your A natural minor scale, and then if you look closely, you'll see that this A minor scale, called a harmonic minor scale, has a G sharp in here. Now that G sharp will be in the scale ascending and descending as well. Then the other kind of minor scale that you will get is called the melodic minor scale. So the melodic minor scale uses different notes depending on whether the scale is ascending or descending. When going up, a melodic minor scale has a flattened third and then includes a raised 6th and 7th note. Then going down, the melodic minor scale is the same as the natural minor. So you can see in this melodic minor example here, you've got an F sharp and a G sharp, and then on the way down, they're naturalised and become G natural and F natural. And that's why whenever you have a piece of music which is in a minor key, you will always get accidentals within it, because it might be based on the melodic minor scale, it might be based on the harmonic minor scale, or it might be based on the natural minor scale. So you will always know a piece is in the minor scale because it will tend to have these accidentals that appear within the music and not in the key signature itself. So your first task here says write the scale of E harmonic minor with a key signature on the stave below. Use a bass clef and a 4/4 time signature, then write all the notes as semibrieves. Then for this example it says write the scale of D harmonic minor with a key signature on the stave below. Use a treble clef and a 3/4 time signature. Write all the notes as dotted minims. Then your next example here says write the scale of A melodic minor on the stave below. Use a bass clef and a 2/4 time signature. Write all the notes as minims. Then you're asked to identify two scales which are shown here, and remember you've got to put whether they're natural or harmonic minor or melodic minor. Now the tonic triads will work in the same way with these scales. So for your theory examination you are required to identify and write the tonic triad in the major keys and minor keys already studied. Now remember, this may well be the keys that you've already studied for previous exams as well. So don't disregard the C major, the G major and the F major, for example. So this is very easy to do if you remember that the lowest note in the chord is your key note. Then check if the remaining notes belong to the major or minor scale. So here you've got a little exercise where you've got to work out what the tonic triad is. So look at your bottom note, work out what that bottom note is, then look at the other notes and see whether they fit in the major or the minor scale. So obviously, if they fit in the major scale, then it's a major triad, and then if they fit in the minor scale, it's a minor triad. Then you've got another exercise down here which says draw the bass clef, then practice writing the following tonic triads on the stave below. So you've got a tonic triad of D minor in semibrieves using a key signature, a tonic triad of E minor in minims using a key signature, a tonic triad of B flat major in crotchets using a key signature, and finally a tonic triad of A major in semibrieves using a key signature. And that completes lesson 6.